Hi there, welcome back if you're back, and welcome over if this is a new place for you. My name is Amy, and we will be talking about everything and anything eventually, but right now I'm sharing my specialty field of knowledge, which is in Ayurveda, meditation, and holistic health therapies to help us all stay balanced. So, last time I was talking about putting a big emphasis on keeping Agni strong. Agni is the digestive fire. And one second here. Just a reminder, a quick reminder. Agni, digestive fire. And that's very important in Ayurveda. In Ayurveda, there are 3 doshas, and a dosha is your mind-body constitution. And if you're mostly air element, then you would be a vata dosha. And if you're mostly fire element, specifically a type of heat called damp heat, then that dosha is called pitta. And kapha dosha is earth and water. So the 3 doshas, like my doshas are kapha pitta. So because I have a lot of earth and the fire is within me, deep and abiding, and I have all the qualities of a kapha, and we'll get into more specifics. I've done a lot of describing of the doshas so far, and there's still more to go. There's just a lot more, and I really am so excited to share all of it. In addition to the elements, all of the elements, manifest and express themselves in our biology. And that's what the doshas really are. It's also very difficult. It's a challenge to get a true read on your doshas when there is a large imbalance present. So you might be a vata pitta, but your kapha imbalance means, that you're carrying around an extra 30 pounds, and it's hard to get a gauge on the vata pitta part because the kapha imbalance is dominating that manifestation. So, does that make sense? We are more likely to notice where our imbalances are than our true kind of blank slate dosha constitutions. So not only do the doshas have elements, but there are also certain times of day that each dosha will be more likely to express itself. So like this. Vata, is that worse? No, that's better, right there. Vata is from 2 to 6, Pitta is from 10 to 2, and Kapha is from 6 to 10. Now, that comes into play, just like the weather. I talked about the weather and the seasons, how each dosha has, a challenging season because of the qualities that the elements bring. So, times of day, Vata is 2 to 6, and this is AM and PM. And so Vata is air. It's, a very heady type of experience, and 2 to 6 is, AM, in my experience, 2 to 6 a.m. is a wonderful time to do brainstorming with myself, or do some writing, some really nice meditations. 2 to 6, it's in nature, there are perfect, like, quiet times. There's one in the morning, at about 5 or 5:30, and there's one in the evening about 7-ish. Depending on where you live, of course. I'm broadcasting this from the United States, so my references for weather, seasons, and, we're on daylight savings, or sometimes we're not, just take it all with a grain of salt. Nothing in nature is very precise, so the times of day could actually vary by as much as an hour, one way or the other. So, excuse me. Better. Vata is very heady, so again, that's a great time to do writing, to do something creative. Very often, if I was awake at that time, and I had insomnia for like 20 years, so a lot of the time I was awake, and I felt like I was, getting a lot done during those wee hours. And Pitta time is 10 to 2. That's AM and PM. And Pitta has the fire element as its primary element. And there's also, in that way, our digestive Agni comes from Pitta. So we all have it to varying degrees, like I say with the elements. It makes a lot of sense when the sun is high in the sky and the fire element is expressing itself. That is when it makes the most sense to eat, because our digestive fire is in alignment with nature. And so, as I was learning these things umpteen gajillion generations ago, certain things just really resonated with me immediately. And the whole notion of having a big meal in the middle of the day was like, yeah, I, don't want to eat late, a big meal, but you can have a perfectly substantial lunch and just have a very, very light dinner. Sorry, there was some noise on my end that you did not hear. Hallelujah. So, in terms of kapha time, now pitta time is the digestive fire, and kapha time is 6 to 10. So, AM and PM. I like to lift weights a little bit as a form of exercise, and I find that I like to do that during kapha time, either AM or PM. It's just, because kapha is so physical, and the kapha physicality, needs some maintenance. You need to have awareness that you're not gaining too much weight. It's very easy to gain and hard to lose. And also, yes, taking in account for, whether you have a male or female physiology, all kinds of stuff goes into that. But strictly speaking, kaphic language, the kaphas need to have special attention on staying fit. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So, Ways to stoke Agni. If you are watching these videos with any degree of interest, it's time, if you haven't already, you need to add ginger to your life. Ginger root, it is sold in stores. I'm also going to make a plea for turmeric root, also sold in stores. Ginger tea has gotten me through some hard times, like when I have messed up my Agni by eating badly for a certain amount of time. I would go on a ginger tea fast for like 24 hours. And at the end of the 24 hours, I would feel really much better, like a little mini cleanse. But when you buy ginger at the store, and here's the thing about ginger, a lot of people find it too hot, but I think you're using too much. A little bit of ginger goes a very long way. And when you're buying ginger, make sure it's heavy in your, heavy to hold. Make sure the skin is smooth and not puckered or wrinkled because it's dehydrated. And you can, I guess turmeric is sold in stores too. I'm sure they would have it at a natural grocer. Maybe not. But in any case, you bring your ginger and turmeric home, peel it very gently so that you don't lose any of the flesh. Slice very thin, or even use a grater to get small pieces, and then put those pieces, if they're chopped or grated, it doesn't matter, put them all in like a teapot and make the tea that way, or just in an old-fashioned, hot boiling water on the stove. The tea will be more potent, and that's what we want, is like a sort of a baseline potency. I like mine very strong because I've been doing this for so long, and I need that. My kapha constitution really appreciates some ginger and turmeric. I find it comforting and stimulating at the same time. So you want to boil the ginger and the turmeric until the water turns the color. Like the ginger is going to be sort of a light yellow and the turmeric is going to be orange. So note about the orange. It does stain your fingers, but it does come off. So, and you can sweeten that tea with honey. Honey's best, I think. So yes, add ginger to your life. And let me know how it goes. Appetizers and other things that stoke Agni. Ginger, of course. Even something like chips and salsa. If you have a small amount, about a half an hour before you're scheduled to eat, that will stimulate the Agni. And what that does is it gets the stomach ready to receive food. Things like pineapple, mango, cumin, cinnamon, cardamom, and cayenne. All those things stimulate Agni. And I wish I had more time. Right now, we're going to pin this, and I'll come back another time really soon.